Hey everybody, so this week we've been learning about nouns, which are a person, place, thing, idea, and even animals. There's Maxwell. Yep, that's Maxwell. And then here's Ruthie, she's also an animal. And her name, Ruthie, is a proper noun, right? Right, Ruthie? Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'll go play over there. All right, so we're going to be talking more about nouns in just a second. We're going to be talking about nouns that are singular and plural, talking about more than one. Like, my dogs are playing in the living room. Dogs are plural. There's more than one dog. But if I was talking about one, then I would say one dog is playing in the living room. All right, get ready. If it's just a regular noun, all we have to do is add an S. Take a look at the word dog. Nothing special. D-O-G. Add an S. Makes it plural, we're good, okay? Now, if we wanted to add, if we look at the word tree, T-R-E-E, nothing special. We add an S, that makes it plural, we're good, okay? Even the word hairs, nothing special, okay? We're gonna make it plural by just adding an S. Necklaces, doing the same thing. Buttons, nothing special, just adding an S. Now, there are certain rules. If the noun ends with a certain letter, then there's a different thing that we have to do. All right, so if it does end with a certain letter, like let's say that in the word glass, it ends with an S. Okay, if it ends with an S, we can't put 3 S's. There's something else that we have to do. The same thing with baby. We can't just add an S. We have to change the Y. And with boxes, there's something else that we have to do. Okay, so let's first take a look at the word glass. Okay, like I said, we can't just add another S, because then the word glass would look like this. Does that seem right? It doesn't. Okay, that's not the correct way to write glasses. Okay, if we're wanting to make it plural, all we have to do is add an ES. Okay? With baby, that's a different story. It ends with a Y. That means we have to drop the Y. We're going to drop it. It's going to go away. Okay? And then we're going to add our IES to turn it into babies. All right, and then the last one, box. It ends with an X. There's not a lot of words that end with the letter X. So that means that we need to add an ES. Okay, we cannot make it look like this. This is not how we spell boxes. Okay, we need to be adding the ES because of the special letter X. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, so we've learned about those singular nouns. And then we talked about turning them into more than one, so making them into a plural. Okay, so if your noun ends with a Y, okay, there's a certain rule that we have to follow. Remember, we drop the Y and then we add our IES. Okay, if we have an X, all we have to do is add an ES. If we have an S, we also have to add an ES. And so there's reasons why we do this. If we had the word baby and we just add an S, that's not going to work, okay? We need to drop the Y and then add our IES. So we're going to drop our Y so it goes away and adding our IES. That is with any noun that ends with a Y. Okay, even with the word ruby. Okay, this is how you would spell ruby. If I wanted to talk about more than one ruby, those are like the jewels, right? I had rubies in a box. Shiny rubies. Okay, so then I would write R-U-B, drop the Y, add I-E-S. Get it? So if any noun ends with Y, we're going to drop the Y and add IES. Okay. Coming down here to boxes, or with the noun ending with X. Okay, so these are words like box, fox, so let's take box and fox. If we wanted to make it plural, we cannot just add the S. We have to add an ES in order to make it plural, okay? And the same thing with the last one. These are words like glass. Oops. Okay, we can't just add another S. We have to add our ES. Okay, so any word that ends with an S, then we need to follow that rule. All right. All right, guys, so you should learn about that. Those singular and plural nouns, there is a difference. Singular is just one, plural is more than one. And of course, we're not done with the plural. There's a lot more that we're going to have to remember with plural. But right now, we learned about the Y and how we need to drop it to add the IES. We learned about the X and the S. And then all we have to do is add an ES on those. Okay, so that's all we need to remember right now. We're not going to teach all of them in one day because that's a lot. So we learned about the dropping the Y, adding the IES, adding the ES to the X and the S. Okay, so that's all we need to remember right now. Don't forget. Okay, we only did singular and plural and just a few rules of plural, and we're going to figure it out. Okay, so yay, can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. Bye.